what is up, my BBossBaddies and my bad fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So yes, I am gonna be telling you guys, as you guys can tell by the title, the things that women do not the things that women do want you guys to go ahead and do. So I tried to actually tell you guys some of the things that you guys shouldn't do, but absolutely there's so much requirements that women just expect you to do. So in a sense of like the things that you guys are trying to avoid, you think it'll work, nowadays it's like women don't even care about that. They're still adding more on the list of expectations that they have and requirements. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, let me know if you want another version at any point of this video. If you have any questions, let me know. And I do have 2 other channels, links down below. And so, y'all ready? I am. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that women wish you guys would just do, you know, they want you guys to do it, expect you guys to do it, but they don't see it often, is going ahead and responding correctly to her energy. So responding correctly to her energy is all about the correct validation. So we have to come into reality, come into terms that nothing is really going to change, at least anytime soon, with women. With validation, with women being beautiful and getting what they want from their beauty, or you could say their body, their looks, their image. That's not going to change anytime soon. So if you guys are in that case, right, being a man, knowing how it's not going to change, there's nothing you guys can do about it, you guys know that you always are going to be in the predicament, in that situation of validating, because that woman's not going to come up to you. That woman's not going to point out how fine you look or how good you look. That woman is not telling you, well, yeah, I would actually pick you. No, it's going to be all up to you guys, from the way you guys approach, from the way you guys validate, to the way you guys continue on the relationship with that woman. So if that's the case, there has to be a form where you guys change things so you could be different, so you could be the type of guy that most women want or wish that most men would do, these type of things. And what you guys can now do, which is that number one thing that I've been talking about this whole time, is saying things and pointing things out, such as her t-shirt, such as, oh, you like this type of thing? I like it as well. So when you guys are going ahead and validating her, girls are hearing the same type of validation all the time. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you look so good. Oh, you're so fine. Oh, you're everything that I want. If you guys haven't given this video a big thumbs up, go ahead and do that. But you guys are doing the typical, the basics, the obvious. Yes, she looks good. Yes, she looks fine. So now if you guys want to stand out, which I'm expecting most times you guys want to do that, or if you don't even want to stand out, let's say you want to be a basic guy, but you still want her. If you want to be different so she can pick you, or you have to be different, let me say that, you will go ahead and say something she won't rarely hear. She will rarely hear, I mean. So the rarely hears are like I said, the t-shirt, or it could be some shoes she has. Let's say you're a sneakerhead. Let's say you're into gaming, and she is too. Let's say she has a representation or a jersey or something else that's like, okay, you know what? We have this in common. Or you guys can go ahead and make it something that you guys have in common. Now, that's going to be a little different. Those are the guys that kind of know the game that they should spit and, you know, are willing to do whatever. So sometimes it kind of causes a little bit of lying, a little bit of fibbing, and saying that you like certain things so you guys can have something in chemistry, or at least have a spark or build a relationship, a conversation, should I say. Okay, so I just want to wrap up to say with this point, it's really as simple as you guys basically responding to her energy, in a sense of like, she's not going to try to give you the same thing unless she's thinking that you're the same guy, or she's using you for whatever reason, or, you know, just doing you wrong. So if she's not giving you this energy of, I want to take you serious, I want to be with you guys, right? And she's not doing that, right, with the guys that she likes, but she's doing that with the Sims. If she's doing that with the Sims, knowing that these guys are gonna go ahead and respond to her energy incorrectly, she's gonna do it and get what she wants out of it. She's gonna continue to do it. She's not here to change you guys. But when she wants a man or wishes a man that has balance, we can say, to go ahead and do things correctly and respond correctly, the validation will never be from a point of simping, from a point of, okay, well, now I'm going to crack and tell you you're so gorgeous. No, it'll be, I'm validating you because, well, I like that too. I'm validating you because you seem like a cool girl, but I don't really actually want to be with you. And last thing that is actually important, I have to mention, you guys, it's very important. that these females, you guys can make them how you want them to be to you. So if you want her to be just a friend, which you guys don't really want that, you can do that. But you got to make her be a friend before you try to be with her or be serious. But a lot of fellas don't take that route. So if you make her feel like she's just a friend, really, that's what she's going to feel. And those are the times where girls are going to feel uncomfortable, or you really just want me as a friend, they'll try you. So y'all got to be different in a sense of giving her something that she's not used to and then responding to her correctly with the validation, with being there, with everything, by giving her the exact same energy that she is giving to you. Okay? If you guys have more questions, let me know, but I will leave it out there because I simply feel like there's not much more to add that's beyond the basics. It's not complicated. Don't think about it too much. Just go ahead, be yourself, but make sure that you're not, stepping out of character or doing things because she wants you to, but simply because you are a balanced out guy. Okay? Next thing on my list is point out what most men will not go ahead and point out. So this means the things that these guys out here will not go ahead and point out. You will go ahead and say, okay, well, you know what? You seem cool because you just like to hang out. Or I just want a girl that likes to hang out. Or I'm not serious about these girls. Or I'm not serious right now because these girls just don't show me. Or women haven't shown me that they're serious. I'm just chilling. I don't need to force nothing. So with this one, when you point out what most men don't, is you're pointing out the things that you don't care for. So you might say something in the past where when you didn't know you shouldn't do this, you might say that, well, guys or, girls are, known for this, and I love a girl that can do this. You might say these things, but those are the irrelevant things that a lot of fellas will say, making a woman feel and think things about you that are negative. So if you do it correctly and you point out the things that most men won't, you're going to point out the things that they don't hear oftentimes. And those oftentimes things can be such as, okay, well, I don't like girls that do this. And it could be something like a lot of makeup. Now, wearing a lot of makeup is something that's already out there, right? A lot of guys, I've heard it before in music videos, I've heard guys face to face. A lot of women have said it. You guys may know that girls know that guys don't really love the makeup thing, but guys get with girls that wear the most makeup. Girls are going to wear makeup. So that doesn't matter, but they do understand. So when they get around a guy that says something like, oh, I like my girl natural, or I like natural girls, but hey, you still look good. Those are the things that are the points out, point. I want y'all to get it. Like you're bringing this out. Those are the things that she might have looked at or overlooked at, but it doesn't matter in that moment. But when you point it out, it will matter. So you will say something such as, oh, I love girls that are more natural, but hey, you look good with the makeup. Could be that. Now, you might be giving validation. Back to number one. This is a good way of validating because you're responding in a response of, I'm not thirsting over you. I'm telling you what type of girls I like. It might not be you, but this is what I like, right? You're responding correctly. She asked you a question. You didn't get too excited and give her an answer that she would want to hear. So back to number two, though, when you guys point out the right things, you're pointing out the things because you're not, what did I just say? Going crazy over her, obsessing, lusting, wanting her so bad. So these decisions at the end of the day to point out the most important things is never going to be a thing that questions your mind. You won't care about her like that. So when you point out the things that other guys that don't point out, those guys will never really care to mention, you're showing her that you might look so good, you might be so fine, but that will never matter to me. So when I said the t-shirts and those examples, those matter. But when I say point out the things, also it's showing that you as a man, you know that you're a bigger prize. You're a bigger prize than her. You are the prize. You know that you are the value. So pointing out those things also brings out the important things about you guys. So when you highlight something that's wrong about that woman, such as, you know what, she's actually not that confident without that makeup, or, she actually, looks so much better and she relies and depends. When you point those things out about that woman, it will point out the good qualities about you. And it could be that you are not a hoe and you want a girl that is just down to earth. Now, this might not relate too much to why you want this type of girl and you end up with this type of girl. No, but it will be because you're saying things that you want this type of girl, but you're open, or you like a girl that still does this, but this is what you like. So the whole end idea with this point is you're showing her that you're going to be potential. That girl could be potential, but you're pointing out that, well, you're not just a regular guy as well, though. You're actually much more than that. And when you point it out, it's not because you're saying it. And that's what other fellas will go wrong and do. Will say, well, I'm not the guy that will do this. Or you know this about me. Or you know how much. Or I like this. I never did. You don't got to say too much, fellas. Bring out what you can bring out of her so she can give you a lot of the answers that you guys are seeking in her. Now, the last thing is really simple. That's why I kind of haven't rushed into it. But I want to go ahead and wrap up to say, fellas, make sure when, excuse me. Okay, just a little burp in there, I had to get it out. So make sure, last thing I want to say, when you point out the things about yourself that you may find relevant, or you just find like, okay, you know what, I pointed it out because I said it in a simple form. Always remember to do it simple, but you thought to just bring it up. So it could be something like, hey, you know what, I plan to travel one day. And I got my passport. That's something like, that's not pointing it back to you because you're pointing something out about you, but you're pointing out the important things. So there's so many different formats, but fellas, what you're doing now is that you keep it simple. You tell her, you point out that thing, and you're just saying it that you're not including her. I'm not trying to do anything with you. This is where the end goal, this is where we're heading to. So last thing I'll say, when you point out anything, if it's going to start off from pointing it from your mouth, from something you said, or pointing it out based on what she said, or getting it out of her, you always have to make sure you're making yourself look good, but you're not forcing yourself to look good. These are just facts that you're stating, or those are things that are just there because that's the facts, the truth of it all. All right, now I did stall to get to this last point because honestly, fellas, this last point you guys might have a good feel of, but I saved, you know, kind of not the best for last because not everybody watches for last, but this last point is just listen. It's simple, but entirely listen the whole entire time. And I know fellas feel like, okay, well, I do that, but she's still not interested. But there's also other things behind all this that you gotta make sure you're doing. So if you're not on your purpose and you listen to her all the time, that will tell a lot of these women that you're too busy listening to her all the time instead of what? Being on your purpose. So the balance that a lot of fellas will say that they have, or the times that a fellow will feel like, well, I'm doing things right, you're doing things wrong in other areas. And when you do things in other areas incorrectly, you have a woman feeling like you're not the man that you say you are. She will look at you even worse. Y'all gotta get, this is how we'll close off. A lot of girls are not giving you any potential, any like, okay, you know what, I gotta be nice. They're not giving you any, how can we say it, some points or pass-bys. You'll never get that with women. So at the end of the day, if you feel like, okay, well, I'm still having the worst luck or I'm not doing well with women, if you aren't going ahead and not correcting these other areas of being a good listener and then going ahead and listening and leaving and acting as if you don't care, because now you have to still worry about your job. Now you have priorities. Now you're focused on other areas. If you fellas don't do that, you'll never have a woman believe or think that you are important or you are valuable or you have status or you have money. So every single thing that you go ahead and act upon will show who you are. You can be there for a woman, and that's what works. Women wish you will be there, but they also want you to be completely out of there. And out of there in a sense of once you're gone, you're really back focused. You're really back on what's important. So those important things could be you going to work and working long hours. That might just be your thing. You know, you guys know nowadays with women, they love guys that have money. They love the guys that can spoil them. But the thing is, they love those type of guys, and those type of guys are the guys that they're not really ever going to pick first, or pick really if they didn't have that much money or status. So at the end of the day, if you guys aren't bettering yourself as a man, doing better, then you're not going to get anywhere with women. And as simple as women don't give you guys the chance at all. So you guys got to clear the chances out. And when you clear the chances out, last thing with just listening, you're clearing it out to show that you could be what she wants, but you're not willing to. You showed her respect by listening, right? You were there, but now at this point, now we got to move on. And she's going to get that, okay, you know what? You're being a man, but you're not going to pass your standards. You're not going to pass your values. You're not going to pass the things and the morals and all those things that you will never do if it wasn't for her. And that shows that woman that she's not as important or she can't get away. And that's what women want to feel. Yes, they want to feel important to you, but they want to also know that no other woman will feel that important to you or even match that at all. Okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. But fellas, y'all, I really hope you guys got the help you need from this video. Y'all will see me in my next. And if you haven't, though, give this video a big thumbs up.